What's up, everybody? I'm here with a hybrid client, and I want him to introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm Jack Barker. I'm a sophomore outfielder at the College of Southern Idaho.
So Jack, you came to me, gosh, it had to be like 6 months ago. What was the main struggle you were having on the field at that time?
So on the field, I had a lot of issues just with kind of my sense of direction and finding balance in my swing and consistency in the power that I did. So I kind of dove into some of that power with you, and I kind of found my sense of direction and kind of found more consistency in the power I have.
A lot of us talk about like stress when things aren't going well. Were you feeling any stress internally during that time?
During that time, yes. It's kind of the beauty of the struggle. Something that I had to embrace during that time was just trying to find some consistency through the struggle, trying to find more consistency, obviously, with my sense of direction. And obviously, having failure with that was definitely hard, but kind of going through that was very beneficial.
Yeah, for me, struggle and failure is always a good thing because it's a learning opportunity. But now, what I want to relate to my followers is how did you discover me, right? And how long before you joined? I know your dad found me, but kind of walk through that journey.
So my dad came into my room one day after my freshman year because I was going into a competitive collegiate league in the summer. So he was kind of like wanting me to get fine-tuned. So I give all my thanks to my dad for finding me on Facebook. But obviously I came in here to Sawtooth Academy to kind of get tuned in. Just with the initial lesson, he obviously instantly saw what I needed to work on, and you kind of cued in with me on how I can fix everything.
Absolutely. What was your, since you found me on the internet, what was your biggest doubt before, joining my program?
I think obviously with it being in the state of Idaho, it's kind of hard to find a professional sense of coaching or kind of someone who actually knows what they're talking about. I'm not saying anything bad about any coaches around the valley, but it has been kind of hard to find someone that's more up to date and kind of find more consistency with coaching at a higher level and someone who's experienced being, say, in the MLB or playing at the highest level of baseball. So,
what did we implement when we started working together? Like right away, what was something that just like stuck out to you?
So the first thing that stuck out to me is working on my lead arm, my direction with that. It was kind of opening up, as you know, so kind of finding that sense of direction with my front side and kind of more so coming up rather than out is definitely affected, rather from pulling balls over for hitting them for homers over dead center has kind of been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, man, a lot of guys think that, the lead arm's a pull move, but as we found out, it's just a guidance, right? It leads us into our swing, so that's awesome. What did that impact, or not what, but how did that impact your confidence, when you went out to that collegiate league and went into the fall?
So throughout the summer, I obviously first had some struggles the first couple of games trying to figure out implementing what we had put in place for what we were working on. But after that, I kind of found more consistency with it. I hit a home run off of a Big Ten guy and then just kind of fell into place from there. Just seeing more consistency and power.
Yeah, man, there's one at bat that usually you feel it click, and then you're like, okay, that's what we've been doing. And a lot of questions I get asked is like, am I going to have a setback? Am I going to struggle immediately? And, I think you can speak on that more than me. I've made my own swing adjustments, but there's always a little setback, right? There's always time to adjust, but how was that for you?
It took a lot of time, I'll say that much. It's definitely hard, obviously, finding adjustments that you need to do, but playing baseball at a higher level, you obviously need to make adjustments, and the sooner the better, because I remember him telling me that he made that adjustment in one of his professional off seasons, so obviously finding that at a younger age has definitely been better for if the opportunity does come.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We talked about the confidence. Now let's go after all this, right? You said your biggest struggle was like direction, balance. What kind of results have you seen since we've been working together?
I've obviously seen a lot more impact on my power from saying home runs. So last year I had, I believe, 6 or 7 triples that I feel as if I hit with all my mighty power, but using obviously less intense movements have seen those go from wall balls to obviously home runs or balls shot in the gap rather than pullovers or rollovers to the second baseman.
Yeah, so let's hit on that real quick. Is you said you hit a ton of triples your freshman year. How many homers did you hit your freshman year?
Only 2.
Only 2. Now you went out and had fall ball this year, right? You played, I think, like 9 games. How many homers did you hit?
I hit 6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
So in 9 games, you hit more than you hit all last season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't talk about hitting home runs. It's a byproduct of the right movements, getting your body in place. But it's an X factor when it comes to this game today is home runs. So it's just a byproduct of what we're doing, which I love, man. I love to be able to see that. I think the coolest thing is when you sent me the video from NNU, you hit the Oppo homer, like, dude, furthest home run I've ever hit in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I live for, guys. You mentioned your biggest stress was just like wanting to grow, wanting to compete at a higher level. What kind of relief do you feel around that stress now?
I obviously feel a lot more relief in the lead arm direction, but I obviously know that there's still a lot more work to be done. So working with you, there's obviously been major improvement through everything with my lower half to my bottom hand to loading my torso the right way to loading my glute the right way, just all the above. It's been great.
You've had great results in the program. We said you hit 6 homers in 9 games, small sample size, but it's there, right? You've had good results. Who else would you consider to be a good fit for this program?
I believe everyone from ages from when you start T-ball till when you start high school ball. Obviously, I wish I would have found Brendan or someone that would have helped me more with my sense of direction throughout high school, because I feel like that definitely could have affected my career. But I'm grateful for every setback that's been along the way, from playing JUCO ball ultimately to committing to Colorado Mesa for next spring.
Last thing, man, if someone else had the doubts you had about my program in the beginning, how would you coach them through that and like signing up and coming to work with me?
I think you should obviously see the other people and the results that they've had from, I've seen clients in here that were 10 till obviously my age, 19 or 20. But seeing those guys, it's obviously just great to see everyone wanting to improve. So I think everyone should take accountability for the setbacks that they have and rather take them as a plus rather than a con, because baseball is a game of failure and you're going to fail 3 out of 10 times, or 7 out of 10 times, sorry, and still be considered one of the best. So I think you have to embrace the struggle almost and find someone who also embraces the struggle with that.
Love it, man. And the last thing here is, we're not in the same city. He actually lives right now, he's in college, so he lives about two hours away. So it's not like he can just hop on the highway and jump and come see me. We've been working nonstop remotely as well, having conversations on the phone, sending video back and forth. How has that helped kind of the progression and the course of everything we've done?
I think that the online part is also very beneficial, because I'll send you a video and you can break it down with me and say, oh, I had a crappy round BP today. What's something that you could point out to me? I remember I sent you a video of me taking batting practice on the field this year, and you said, do a couple of the go-get-icks and do some scissor kicks, and then the next day my swing felt better than ever. So obviously having someone who can coach you through that.
And for that point, like remote hitting, hybrid hitting, in-person hitting, it's all about programming and working with the athlete's body. So, the reason why I get results is because I'm not cookie cutter. One thing I work with Jack isn't something I work with another guy. It depends on how Jack's body moves compared to somebody else. But I want to give you guys an opportunity to hear from one of my clients who isn't in-house all the time. He's more of a hybrid. He's on the road all the time playing. So I just wanted to give you that insight, have a little testimonial, and show you what the results look like.